Hey, what's up, fam? It's a Thursday morning. Let's see here. Almost 5 months clean from Adderall, and I am a little over 4.5 months separated from the wife. The update on that is there's no changes. We aren't talking right now. I'm giving her all the space that she can possibly get to figure what she needs to do out. And in the meantime, I am working on myself. I'm going to therapy. I've been to 2 sessions so far. Big eye opener on some things. Very happy about this. Also, I've been trying to fly a little bit more, and I've been reaching out more to friends and trying to talk to them and be more present in their lives and then be more present in my life, because that's what I need right now. Is I need friendship from my friends. I need company. I need to distract myself from my situation, bottom line. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about chronic pain and what it did to me. A little recap. About 2 years ago, I had fusion surgery on L4 to S1. That is a 2-level surgery. I had been without disc material between those vertebrae for, I'm going to say, roughly about 2 years. That's when my pain was absolutely the worst. Basically bone on bone rubbing together, and it's at the bottom of your spine. I had problems with sciatica pain, which was on my left side because that's where most of the compression was and most of my nerve damage was. I still have damage in the bottom of my foot. I can't feel when something touches my heel. If I gently rub across my heel, I don't really feel that at all. But I do have sensation in my toes and the balls of my foot, the ball of my foot. So just that one spot. So chronic pain. I had back issues for years. Finally got to be too much. I had surgery and I fused that together. But before the surgery, the chronic pain, it had affected me in a few ways. It literally changed who I was completely. I felt anxiety more than what I normally feel. I was in constant burnout, which eventually led to depression. I had insomnia, which also leads to fatigue. And also, if you don't have insomnia and you're getting a good night's sleep, you still end up fatiguing because the pain is constant. It never stops. And also, I had mood swings constantly. Might be in a good mood one minute, and then the next minute, I might get a twinge of pain through my body, my lower half of my body, and there went that good mood. It was nothing but misery from that point on. So to avoid hurting the people I love the most, I isolated myself from everybody. And I did that for almost 2 years. And I'm just now getting out of it. The anxiety has increased because I did isolate myself. I am not feeling depressed like I was, but I did deal with post-surgical depression, which is basically the feeling that you should be better than what you already are. And people around you are questioning why you're not doing what you should be, or why aren't you better than what you are now? You should be better. You had the surgery. And honestly, that tore me up inside to not be able to do the things I still wanted to do. And I rushed after my surgery, basically busted my fusion up by trying to drive, which I was given permission to by the doctor. But what I didn't think about was I had to back up out of a spot, which required me to twist my body around. And my hips didn't move, but my back certainly did. And there was a loud crack twisting one way and another loud crack twisting the other way. Both cracks had lots of sharp pain behind it. I am fearful of hospitals, so I did not go to the doctor. I basically just shut myself down. I didn't do, I went back to the beginning of the surgery. I didn't lift anything heavy, and I took it even slower than what I should have. When I was given the ability to drive by the doctor, I was told that I needed to start intensive physical therapy. Unfortunately, my insurance had lapsed at that moment. And when my insurance had lapsed, I didn't have the money to cover physical therapy. So I chose, when my insurance finally got reinstated, it had already been probably months after, a few months after my surgery, last doctor's visit for my surgeon. I missed that. And I haven't been back. So we are now going on, in July, 2 years past my fusion surgery. And I'm going to tell you, if I would have followed the doctor's orders, I can't say that I wouldn't have hurt myself again, because I'm one of those kind of people that push limits constantly. I still could have ended up hurt, but maybe in my mind now, as hindsight, maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. All I know is that now the pain's gone, the lower back pain's gone, the sciatica pain is gone. I don't have the nerve pain that I had at one time. Everything feels healed. Healed enough to where I'm knocking out 2.25 mile walks in about 30 minutes. So, because that's a 1.1 miles in 15 minutes. 2.25 miles in 30 minutes is pretty good to me. So I am happy with that, very happy with that, I can say. So after the surgery, I isolated again myself because I'd already been isolating. I kind of didn't know what to do afterwards, which could possibly have been it's a contributor into why I'm separated, no doubt. I basically shut the world off to protect them and myself. Some of the things that I got out of this was I started trusting everybody less because I couldn't trust anybody for some reason. I don't understand that yet, but it's there. I mean, you look at things with chronic depression and trust issues is going to be on the list, no doubt. On top of that, being ADHD, on top of that, having addiction issues, those are all negative factors in what happened in my marriage. But I'm not really trying to talk about the marriage because there's not a whole lot to talk about, right? I did develop, after the surgery though, I did go through post-surgical depression. Another thing I developed was attachment problems. I've never been codependent or have attachment issues. Granted, I don't. I mean, let me back it up. All the relationships I've been in, most of them have been long term. Usually, a year to 2 years, 3. This marriage has been 19 years, 17 years of marriage, 19 years with my wife. At the end of my surgery, before I started getting better, I was still isolated, but I saw things that were happening in my marriage that I hadn't seen before, things that were going south. And instead of trying to deal with them like I should have, in the way I should have researched it. I should have. I didn't. I became codependent. I reached out and latched onto her even harder, and I basically put such a big mental load on her because I didn't know what was going on in our marriage, and I was scared that here we are, separated. I can't say that's the only thing, but on my side, that definitely was what it was. So after the post-surgical depression, I developed attachment problem, and it already the depression from the post-surgical depression already added to the depressed state that I was already. And that, that's hard because look, ADHD people, addicts, we suffer from what's called toxic shame, right? To us, we're never going to be as good as the neurotypical brain out there, right? We're neurodivergent, okay? Nobody else thinks. And it's hard for us to live in a world that is designed for neurotypical people. I didn't understand this until recently. So, doing some research has helped out a lot. It helped me get out of my depression. It's helped me try to get back into the world, and it's helped me reach out to a therapist, which I've never considered doing until recently. I mean, I've been to therapy years and years and years ago, but it ended up not helping me in the ways that it should have helped. So finding a good therapist is really important for me. And I found one. I really like her a lot. She has similar things as far as like ADHD and things like that, chronic pain, things like that. So she can relate and she can help me figure out what I need to do to move past those things. So where we're at now is we're recognizing conversations that could trigger me and shutting those conversations down immediately so that I lose control of my emotions. That's not just for my relationship with the wife, but it's also for any conversation I have with friends and family. Anything that will have me triggered, I have to shut that conversation down to be able to process it and then come back at it with a better, fresher, cleaner thought process. I guess that's the way to do it. So we are over our 10-minute mark, and that is where we are at today. I just wanted to touch briefly on chronic pain, what it did to me, how it affected me in my life, which it sucks. Honestly, my life right now sucks, but I take it every single day, one day at a time. I've been getting out there, back on my fitness train, getting myself back in shape. I've lost a couple pounds already in the last couple days. I've changed up my diet to include more superfoods, more fruits, more vegetables, more meats, and carbs. So I carb cycle through the week and fat cycle through the week. And then I'm going to try to put in at least 4 days of walking in at the 2.25 mile, 30 minute, 2.25 mile pace. Okay. So there we go. That's where we're at. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I hope everybody enjoys themselves. I don't know where I'm going with this. All my notes are done. This is just closing. Peace, you guys. I love y'all. Thank you so much for the support. Got that 500 sub count. Shout outs go to all the friends that have been helping me out. They've been reaching out to me in Discord, reaching out to me in DMs, reaching out to me through text messaging. I would name y'all, but I don't want to put y'all out there on YouTube like that without talking to you first. So fam, thank you so much. All the comments on the YouTube channel helps. All the Facebook likes, all the loves, hugs, comments on Facebook, Instagram, everything that I post social media wise too, and you guys give me good feedback. Thank you very, very much. That helps this up here 100%. Love you guys. Y'all have a good day.